Hello, I'm Brenda Bingham with the Blue Star Mothers, and I have with me today our treasurer, Jolene Taylor, and we're going to visit with you a little bit about what's going on with the Blue Star Mothers. And we'll start out with our dates or our times for our meetings and packing.
Yeah, we have our business meeting on the second Thursday of every month, and we pack our boxes on the fourth Thursday of every month, and that's at 6:30 at our store in the mall. We're just right down between Dillard's and the cookie store.
That's right, and this week will be our business meeting, and it starts at 6:30. So anyone
packing.
No packing. Is this packing?
Yes, this is packing.
See, I'm confused. I was thinking it's a business meeting, and I was thinking, oh my gosh. But no, we're packing care packages this time. Thanks for the help, Jolene.
Sorry.
But anyway, our box count is down a little bit right now, but we continue to send the care packages, and we have since 2005 every month, and so we're really proud of that.
We had an airman in the store last Friday, and he's getting ready to go over to deploy.
Right.
And he was going to try and get us some names.
Right. And you know, that's part of our store, is that we have lots of fun getting to meet the troops and the airmen that comes through, and they're going to help us to get names, and they help share with sometimes what they need, because we don't, we just send what we hear that they need. So we send items like cotton balls,
Band-Aids, Q-tips, razors, combs, pencils, paper, beef jerky, and deodorant, shampoos, and
magazines, and then of course the treats, the Slim Jims, beef jerky, little items that they can carry in their pocket when they're on a run or whatever, a mission, whatever it is that they're doing. Sometimes they leave the base at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and that's too early for breakfast. So we try to send little snack bars and stuff that they can stick in their pocket and get through the day.
Yeah, and sometimes they don't get back till late,
That's
gone
right.
12, 14, 15 hours. And we send the little drink packs that goes in the bottles of water. Right.
And we would like to share also, this is a busy time of the year for our fundraisers. Our money, we are, as y'all know, we are a 501c3. So all of our money goes to taking care of the troops or taking care of a veteran in need. And if there's a veteran in need, we do all the checking and make sure that it's legit and all that. But if it wasn't for our fundraisers, we wouldn't be able to do this. We take donations to help us to pack the care packages, but the fundraisers help us to pay to send those care packages. And we've got a fundraiser coming up. Jolene, you want to talk about it?
We're going to, not this weekend, but next weekend, we're going to O'Keene to the rattlesnake hunt. We've been to Winoka, yeah. And then last weekend, we were at the Red Dirt barbecue. And we have this wheel that you spin for $1 and you win something. And the kids just dearly go crazy over that, because Mom and Dad will give them $1 before, and they might win a game, they might win a grab bag, or they might win cookies, but their faces is just adorable when they're spinning that wheel and watching it.
They really are fun. And us moms, we bake the cookies, and so everything's homemade. And so if you have a group, a church group or someone that would like to help out, we can always use homemade cookies for the fundraisers and to send in the care packages. We have a lot of candy right now at this time, thanks to the holidays and the different, you celebrate, Halloween, then it's Christmas, and then Valentine's Day, and all of that. And then Easter come along, and so we've got some people that help support us in the candy part. So we appreciate their help for sure. And I'm sure that our troops and our service people all over, I'm sure they enjoy that chocolate.
Yeah, we have to be careful about the chocolate in the summertime because
Right.
it'll melt. But they say as long as it's sealed, they don't care whether it's melted or not. You know, they can just
That's
suck
right.
it right out of the bag. You know,
They'll just dig it out. Kind of like the broken up cookies. They'll figure
Yeah.
out how to eat them. It's still good. So, and we want to make sure that we check with the different locations that we can go to. We was invited to go to a fundraiser down by Lawton, but I can't. Our group can't go to Lawton. Our Blue Star Mothers Chapter 11 here in Enid is strictly for the northwest part of Oklahoma. So we take care of anybody in this area. But that doesn't mean that we will not take a name. If you have a niece, a nephew, or a brother or sister or husband, someone that's serving that is not from this area, maybe you're just passing through and you get to come in and talk to us, we'll be glad to take that name and send the care packages to them. Because that's what we do. We're mothers of military, and Jolene can share some of that about being a mom and you know, how you're scared and you want your child to have everything that you can give them.
Yeah. My grandson, who I raised, he's been 3 tours over there, and this last one will seem to be a little more touchy than the other 2, you know, but sometimes you're sitting on pins and needles waiting for an all clear because they shut everything down. But you get through it.
That's right.
And last time when he come home, I happened to be able to go to Fort Bliss and watch him come off the plane, and you know, that's very emotional.
It is.
So he took one look at me and looked again, you know, like, oh my gosh, she's here.
We wasn't sure that Grandma was going to
Yeah.
be there this time. Or I should say Mama, isn't it Mama?
No, it's Mom.
Mom, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get it right one of these days. But anyway, those are special moments. And my son's home now. He got hurt in Iraq, and he's done well. He's doing very well. But, you know, he still comes out and he still helps us to load up and to pack up and make sure that we're ready to go to our fundraisers. And he may show up later and just help us to tear it down and help us load it. And if it wasn't for him and our husbands and Sergeant Ted, Betty and Clayton, you know, our Blue Star moms, we all just become family.
Yeah.
And so we have our little picnics together and while we're doing these fundraisers, and it really is a lot of fun. So if you have anyone that's serving and you would like to become a Blue Star mom, please call us. I think our number is on the screen, and you can call or you can just stop by our store in the mall, like Jolene said, from the food court, go right towards Dillard's, and you'll run into us. We have flags displayed out there, but that's what we're all about.
And we're only open at the store on Thursday from 10 to 5 and Friday 10 to 5. Because
Right.
we don't have enough volunteers to keep it open every day.
Right. And I know I mentioned a few names and I didn't want to leave anyone out. Our associates, Colleen, she helps, and other people help, and Karen Volman, she's usually here with me, and we try to switch off every now and then to give some of us a break. But Karen does very good at making out our names and making sure that our boxes go where they're supposed to go, and she addresses everyone by hand. So,
And they have to have an APO, or is it?
or an AE,
Yeah,
FPO, APO, or AE.
an A address because for us to
Right.
send them, because it's $12.65 a box with that, but that same box, if you didn't have an APO address, might be $50-some.
That's right. If it's going to some of these bases that's overseas that we're not that is not APO. But I would like to also, Jolene and I both would like to thank all of Northwest Oklahoma for everything that y'all have done, all the donations that you give us and to help us. And you know, this time of the year is coming up pretty quick, that we will be having memorial services out at Woodring, Wall of Honor, and the Vietnam Wall. But you know, again, those are also items that we take donations for. If you'd like your name on the wall, you contact one of us and we will get that. The wall is a living honor memorial. And so if you have anyone that you would like to put their name on there, it's $25. And if you, maybe you would just like to come join us for the service. It's an awesome service, and it's all about our fallen soldiers and about the families, the Gold Star families. So please continue to keep all of these people in your thoughts and your prayers. Please continue to keep our families in your thoughts and prayers, because you know, it's so hard for our families to sit home when their loved ones is deployed. So I personally would like to say thank you to all of you for all that you do for us. Do you have anything you'd like to share?
Yeah, well, just thank everybody, and we have such a good time visiting with anybody that walks into the store, you know. And we've had people come in there, even we had a lady from Scotland. We have them from all over the United States, seems like. And it's just a pleasure to have them come in and talk to you and about their experiences and stuff, you know.
Well, again, we would like to say thank you for all that y'all have done for us, and thank Enid Television for letting us come on here and say what we have to say and to visit and get our information out. So thank you so very, very much, and I hope to see you next time.
Bye.
I'm Christy Northcutt. Welcome to this session of Community Talk. Today we're going to be talking about the BFIT Kids Buzz Run. It's coming up on Saturday, May 9th, and it's at the Enid High School track. The gates will open at 9:30 and all our races open at 10. So you may wonder, what is the Buzz Run? The Buzz Run is an opportunity for kids in the Enid community, ages from even 1 year old up to 12 years of age, to get on the Enid High School track, have their t-shirt on, their runner's number, and run as fast as they can to the other end of the track where they will get a medal. And these are really nice medals. I have some special guests that are joining me today. We're going to see their medals because they've been doing this, some of them for the last 5 years. But as they cross that finish line, the Enid High cheerleaders and Pom Squad put the medal around their neck, and every participant gets a medal. That's the nice thing about the BFIT Kids programs. Everyone is a winner. So let me introduce to you to one of my friends who's been doing this for several years. Emma Abbey, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for joining me. Now, Emma, you have a lot of medals around your neck. This one is yours, and on the back it says May 2010, age 5. That was the first time you ran in the Buzz Run. And the younger kids run just 50 yards. Do you remember that day?
Not really.
Not really, but you ran as fast as you could and got your medal at the end. Why have you done the Buzz Run each year?
It puts me in a good mood to do other stuff, like run 5Ks or bike 14 miles.
I know you have done a lot. You started with the Buzz Run in 50 yards, and 50-yard dash, and now you've moved on to running 5Ks and doing your long bicycle rides and riding with your mom, raising money for MS and things like that. Now, at the Buzz Run, after the run, what do you like to do with your friends there in the infield?
I like to go to the bouncy houses, the face paint station, run around.
Run around, reenact the race again, get your medal again. Well, that's right, because in the infield we always have a health and fitness festival, and we have lots of vendors there, and we have pediatric dentists that are there handing out information. Then we also have face painting. Leonardo's has been there doing face painting. The YMCA has had an obstacle course. So lots of activities in the infield.
And Creative Arts goes there and has like drawing boards you can draw on.
That's right, Creative Arts is there. And Emma, you know, the reason that we do that in the infield, because you have fun on the track, you run, you get your medal, but then the infield, and as a kid running, you may not know our psychology behind this, but in the infield, all those vendors are from Enid, and they have health or fitness programs. So you get information from them that you get to take home, and then you and your parents can kind of take that day of fun and fitness and keep it going through the summer or even in the next year. Because did you go over with the karate team one year and do a little karate?
No,
Or there's been yoga and cheerleaders, but it's a little bit of everything. So now tell me, how many medals do you have?
5.
5 medals. And as you've gotten older, you have one with the black ribbon, because we also do a run that is in the fall that's with the Great Land Run, and those kids run a little bit longer. It's a 1-mile run, and it's on the same course as the Great Land Run, and we like to do that because as our kids participate year after year in the Buzz Run, they get to where they can do a longer distance, because children that are 2 and under, 3 years old, pre-K, kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade, they run a 50-yard dash. Then 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders run a 100-yard dash. And then some of those kids are ready for a little bit longer, so in the fall at the Great Land Run, we will do a 1-mile run. But we're gearing up to do the Buzz Run again this year, and the Buzz Run is May 9th, Saturday at the Enid High School track. Emma, are you going to be registered this year?
I think so.
Okay.
I have my cousin's birthday party is right after it.
I think you can make it to both.
Maybe, because she lives in Edmond.
Well, we'll talk to your mom and we're going to work it out, because you need one more medal to hang around your neck, don't you? Well, Emma, I'm so glad you joined me today, and I'll look forward to seeing you at the Buzz Run.
You too.
Well, I have Vance Cashwell now joining me, and Vance has done our run for several years. How many medals do you have?
I believe I have 6 medals.
6 medals. 6 medals with you, and you have gotten those at the Buzz Run at the Enid High School track, and then also at the Fun Run that we do at the Great Land Run. And today we're talking again about the Buzz Run, the BFit Kids Buzz Run at the high school track. Vance, why have you done it for so many years?
Because I think it is fun and exercising.
Yes, you like to exercise, don't you?
It's really nice too, and the results and everything.
Now, do you see your friends when you're at the BFit Kids Buzz Run?
Actually, yes, I do.
Good, and you get together with them in the infield after the race?
Yes, I do.
Good, good. Now, Vance, you have been doing the BFit Kids runs for quite a few years, and our program is for young kids up to 12 years old. You are now in 6th grade, so you're older. Instead of doing the run this year, what are you going to do?
I'm probably going to help out and cheer my friends on.
That sounds great. And are you going to be one of my helpers that volunteers and helps line up the kids so they can get to their heat and be ready to run?
Hopefully.
Very good. I'll get a sign ready for you to do that. Now, and I also have Willa Cummings with me today. She was telling me earlier the reason she likes to do the buzz run is because she gets the medal after she crosses the finish line, and then she gets to go to the infield and get her face painted. So we're looking forward to Willa doing that again this year. And Emma, you told me you like to run with your friends. I've seen Emma there with lots and lots of friends running in her heat, and everybody's a winner. We have someone who's always calling the race, and it almost sounds, Frank Baker has done it every year, and it almost sounds like the Kentucky Derby. You know, talking about, oh, there's a little one running in pearls. Look at that one with the pigtails. So it's always fun. The parents line up on the side of the track and cheer them on, and you've had grandparents there. Vance, you've had your grandparents there.
Yes, I have.
And they've helped to volunteer. Now, anyone who's wanting to volunteer and help be there to help us line up the kids and get them ready to race, they are welcome to call the CDSA office, because BFit Kids is a program of CDSA, and it's for our younger kids so we can add fitness and health into their lives. And the Buzz Run, which is coming up May 9th, that's going to be the Saturday of Mother's Day weekend. May 9th will be at the high school track, and it is only $10 to register, and $10 includes your t-shirt, it includes your medals, your runner's number, and then the fun that happens in the infield after the race. So watch for these yellow flyers that are coming home in backpacks. They'll be coming home in your backpacks, and you can fill this out, drop it off at the CDSA office. Like I said, it's only $10 for a whole morning of fun. Plus, if you'd rather, you can go online to getmeregistered.com and register online. Now, we do have packet pickup, and that's early, and I know you guys always come to packet pickup, because that'll be Thursday, May 7th at the CDSA office from 5:30 to 7. And the benefit to the packet pickup is you get your t-shirt early, you'll get your runner's number so you can pin it on, and when you come to the race, you will be all ready to race and you won't have to worry. Now, we also do walk-up registrations. We ask that you're there at 9:30 when the gates open on Saturday morning. You must have an adult to sign for you, to sign the waiver, and then our races start right at 10 o'clock. So Vance, tell me one reason that you think a young kid should come and do the BFit Kids Buzz Run on May 9th.
Well, the reason that I think that kids should do it is because it's fun and it gets your adrenaline pumping.
Get your adrenaline pumping. We like that. That's perfect, Vance. Well, thank you to all my guests today. There was Emma Abbey, Vance Cashwell, Emma and Willa Cummings, and there's some of our BFit kids.
Hello, I'm Pamela Ballard, Executive Director for United Way of Enid in Northwest Oklahoma. And it's my pleasure to be here with Stan Brownlee, who is one of our best volunteers in Enid, working with young people throughout our school district for many years. And today, he and I are joining efforts to help with many efforts. And one of them is something called Dough to Dough. And we are raising dough for United Way, and the monies raised will help go for public education and many other efforts that we work with. And Stan, thank you for being here.
Glad to be here.
And this idea came through one of our visits while we were at Garfield Elementary School with some of Stan's friends, 5th graders, and we were talking about our hobbies. And Stan, tell me about one of your hobbies that you have.
Well, I like to bake pies, and I guess that came up in conversation with the kids, and of course Pam said she liked to bake pies too then. And so we suddenly had a little competition.
We did. The
born.
students actually said, they asked me what I like to do. I said I like to bake pies, and then you said you like to bake pies. The students said, why don't you have a competition? And they actually said they wanted to be the judge if we ever did this.
Right.
And so next Wednesday at 11:30 at a luncheon, the United Way annual meeting,
we are going to have a bake-off to see who's going to be the dough pro
Right.
of Northwest Oklahoma. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think. We have a picture here. This is Stan and I with our rolling pins when we were getting pretty fierce about this. Because what happens when the students decide who has made the best, we're going to put our cherry pies up against each other. And then what happens when they decide who has the best cherry pie?
Well, the loser's going to get a pie in the face.
This is true. Yes. I'm concerned about this.
Well,
You know?
I'm kind of concerned about it because I really don't want to hit you with a pie, but I may have to.
I'm concerned because I don't want to be hit with a pie. Yes. You have a lot of friends. We went to another school, Prairie View.
Mm-hmm.
And so I asked the students there who wanted Stan to win, and they all raised their hand that they wanted you to win. Of course, then I asked them too, how many wanted to see you get a pie in the face, and they all
all
raised their hands.
They
on
want me
that
to
one,
win,
too.
but they also want me to get the pie. So I don't know.
And
how
I said
you-
I could make that happen. I could allow you to win, and I could also have you get a pie in the face too. So all of this is in great humor because we're great friends, and but let's talk more about what really happens behind the scenes and why you do the work that you do. I mean, you've been so involved with the schools and working with children for so many years. And talk just a little bit about the difference that you've seen in working with school children for so many years.
Well, I don't know. I've done it for a long time. I think I've done some kind of a weekly visit for about 28 years. I was at Adams for a long time, and then I was at Harrison and McKinley. And this year I'm at Garfield, and I do the 5th grade at Garfield. There are 4 5th grade classes. I've enjoyed it. I think that I really think that we need more people involved in education. There are public schools. I think people tend to, when their kids get out of school or go, get higher grades, they tend to forget about the elementary schools. And I think there's so much that we can do, and I think there's such a great need. And I've enjoyed working in the schools. I think we need to teach values. I think you can do that without teaching religion. But I think we need to teach values, and I think it's real easy to do because the kids want to do the right things. And they want good things, they want to be good people, and they just need a little encouragement sometimes.
Right. And each week, and you go over 5 key, isn't it 5 key lessons?
6.
Or 6. Okay.
We got 6 life lessons we talk about. First, there's never ever a good reason to be unkind. That's foremost. Never a good reason to be unkind, ever. And that's something that, if a kid thinks about it, they may wonder if that's right or not. But we talk about these every week, and so I think that after they think about it, they realize that is true. The second life lesson is if you make good choices, you have more fun. And that also is something that a kid might not really believe to begin with, but it's very true. The third life lesson is it's hard to get into too much trouble with your mouth shut. That's everybody kind of snickers, and that's such a universal problem. People are always saying something they wish they hadn't said. And so that's the third life lesson. The fourth one is that every day counts. The fifth one is nobody wants an excuse. Either do your job or you don't. And the final life lesson is that you never give up. Something you really want to do, you never give up. So we go over those every week, and the kids learn them. And I really think that over a period of a year, it impacts the way they treat one another, the way they treat their teachers, and hopefully the way they live their lives.
It is.
Yeah.
So when I've been with Stan at both 2 schools, I've had the privilege of being with him. The children really have taken to you and really are very fond of you. But you left out, this year you're also mentoring, not just at Garfield, but you're at Carver Early Childhood Center, those little 4-year-olds, and you have put together quite a troop of men to mentor those little kids.
Well,
and that's a different experience for you.
It's very much different. It's where my heart is right now. I didn't know about Carver until this year, and
Well, let me back up. Last year, that was an undertaking for United Way. We had a Little Kids Big Impact, and without you, I don't know that would have happened. You helped raise the funds to get Carver started, and so United Way owes you a lot of gratitude for your assistance in making that happen.
well,
so
I don't think it was me. You were the leader on that. It was your vision, and so I think you are certainly the person that deserves the credit.
But tell us about your work there.
Well, I was talking to Chris Smith, who's the principal over there, and she told me that a lot of those kids really need more male influence in their lives, and so we got to working together, and we've got about 10 or 11 guys now who go over once a week for an hour, and tutor those 4-year-olds, and the people that are doing it just love it. It touches you. It's a very long-term investment, but it's I think it's the best thing I've ever done, and I really think that's where I'm going to spend my time in the future, is just more there, because it's so important that those little kids get off correctly. And some of them are, pretty tough. I think I wish they had better, more privilege, I guess. I don't know. I think a lot of these kids are
Stability.
there's some problems there, but kids always want to do good things, and they just eat it up. Any kind of attention, they just soak it up, and I don't think it takes a whole lot to have an impact on a kid.
Yeah.
And so I've enjoyed it very much.
I was in a meeting this morning with Chris Smith, as you mentioned, who's the principal there at Carver. The Carver's on 5th Street, and tomorrow there's an open house that begins at 5:30 for the public, for anyone who wants to visit there. And there's a large percentage of the children there who, when they enter there, they don't speak English. So this morning at a meeting, I was talking, and I asked Chris to share a little bit about that, and she said there was one child in particular that they really didn't understand at first, that child was not understanding anything they were saying for the first few weeks of school, and then they realized that that child just didn't speak English at all. And she said just last week he came up running up to her and he said, "Miss Smith, I'm going to tell you something," a whole sentence, and then went on to elaborate, completely speaking English now, and how that's possible that you and the other mentors make that possible, and just how with them being in that setting and immersed in English, that it changes their whole learning experience from that point for
those teachers over
the
there
rest of their
are so
life.
Caring. I mean, they lead with their hearts every day. I don't know how they do it. It's not us. I mean, we're glad to help if we can help, but those teachers are there every day, 100%, and I really appreciate what they do.
Well, it's experiences like that, what you're making possible at Carver Elementary School, and that's one thing, just one tiny part of what you've helped make possible. But United Way has 16 other partner agencies that we support. They do wonderful work, helping thousands of people on a daily basis, and that's what we're going door to door to do, raising dough for this great work in our community. So it is next Wednesday, April 29th, and let me just tell you what's in store. Stan makes a knock your socks off apricot cream pie, which I have tasted, and so I'm glad that I'm not competing against that one. He's also going to be making cherry pie and peach cobbler. I'll be making fresh apple pecan cake with caramel sauce, 3-layer carrot cake with cream cheese pecan icing, and an award-winning Blue Ribbon County Fair coconut cream pie.
You're a lot fancier than I am.
No, I just make it sound that way. But it's next Wednesday. Tickets are $30, or you can sponsor a table, or if you want to attend, I'm sure we can find people who will sponsor you. So you call the United Way office, and that number is 580-237-0821. Or you can just contact us at email at pballard@unitedwayenid.org. But it's going to be a lot of fun. Regardless of who wins, everyone comes out a winner, I think.
I agree with that.
And so you just have no idea how much you are appreciated throughout this town for the great work you've done
Well,
in
I
our
don't do
community.
anything I don't enjoy doing, and thank you very much.
But yes, we besides Carver Elementary and the work there, we also have parents as teachers. That was part of when I mentioned Stan being involved in the fundraising last year, funded a 3-year position, and that is through CDSA, Community Development Support Association. And so they have professionals who work with parents with young children, and so that assistance is available for anyone who's interested in that. You can contact our United Way office as well. Is there anything that you want to add about the mentoring program? If someone would like to do that, they would contact Chris Smith at Carver.
Yes, yes. I think people need to know that there's lots of ways to work in the schools. I think people, you look at those schools sometimes and they look a little bit, some of them are older, you know, a little forbidding, but you get inside, you need to see the inside of Carver. It's wonderful.
It is.
And it's so bright and it's so clean and it's so just refreshing. I think people ought to walk through one of those schools once a week. It just does your heart good.
It does.
So if people want to work in the schools, there's lots of ways, and I would encourage you to do that.
Yeah, I saw on their sign not long ago that said they were needing volunteers always.
Sure.
And so I know you can call the school administration building and find out how to do that. You can call our office and we can certainly connect you with them as well. So again, call our office at 580-237-0821. And Stan, it's been a privilege visiting with you today, and I look forward to next Wednesday, and may the best pie baker win.
I agree with that. Good luck.
Thank you.